Finally, kalusot. Si Danny.
Good
Okay.
evening.
There
Good
you
evening.
go.
Sige, so
Good evening.
Aha. Okay, Brads, good evening ha. So good na
Yeah.
ta. We're going to start the TID Talk 9 with our first speaker. He's of course Brad Marco Ho, and siya na lang mo explain sa iyang journey, no, from ano, and one thing na atong we will change in this format is that dili na to i-mute. We will not mute the audience, and you can shoot anytime the question, no, medyo ano lang, so Marco can respond or interact directly, no. So a little siguro hindi na natin na si Marco na lang mag-introduce sa sarili niya. Of course, batch 2002 ni si Marco, and then Mark, mag-ano tayo, we maybe I'll just ask the first question sa kay Marco. Kasi 'di ba Marco, from Marco the UP student to Marco the Pinoy Brad to Bogart the explorer. Mark, did you really plan to go via this route on your career, Mark? Oh, yan. Can answer now.
No, wala kayo. Dili, Brad, I was just going with the flow lang talaga.
Okay.
So going to school, and then I was like, I was on a scholarship there, and then just on the university, and my mom recommended it, and wasn't really my idea. I was just planning initially sa Davao lang talaga to stay and make whatever, just stay lang talaga there, but then life had other plans, so I went here. And then after a while, I discovered so did the school thing, okay naman, but mostly I discovered the arts, kasi back home, though my mom was very artistic then, but she was more on like, she's an accountant, so she mostly focused on just stay in school, get a job and make money, and the normal route ba. So na-discover ang pagbanda, so the music and the arts, and very nalingaw, so nawala na gid sa school kayo, so wala kay ka focus dito ba. So it's na lang, just following that route, and then eventually it led me, so I had like so Brad, thank you so much for being patient talaga. So we're at the studio right now. We're actually shooting something for a Comedy Central. The first one was, we did the first season before, and now we're doing like a second set of videos for Comedy Central Asia. The first one's kasi just recently got nominated for an advertised marketing award in France or something like that.
Yes.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, because
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So we're doing the second season right now in the middle of a pandemic. Normally we'd shoot this in Manila, but we have this great crew and great studio here in Butuan. It's actually like a TV studio. They use this area for the news during the day, and then now at night we just do whatever we want. Porn, and when it becomes legal, probably will be shot here, in this country. So right now I'm shooting with like really professional cameras that they went through some machines. That's how it got so complicated, but we wanted to make it look nice. We even have a TV here, and displayed is like TikTok things. There you go. So we got lights. We got lights coming from the floor in the back over here. It's a full-blown set. You got
Marco.
Yes, Brad.
Where's your Australian accent?
You want to speak with the accent? Some people ask me, how do you make the blood come out? I'll say it's easy, mate. You make your wallet come out, toss me a couple of blue ones, and the character just comes right out. I'll say whatever you want me to say.
Bay, paano nag-start yung ganyan mo na career, yung Australian accent mo na gig and all? How did it start?
The accent was mostly lang talaga, bro, because I was like I'm very introverted. Surprisingly to many, I am very introverted talaga. Apart from the public appearances and the things that I have to do to sustain myself, I just mostly just by myself, but not necessarily at home. I really am an explorer. I really go out. Back in the UP days talaga, I would just take a random bus in Cubao and go somewhere and just work my way back home to UP. Parang ganun. So another thing that distracted me from school. But I just used to entertain myself a lot, and accents because I used to watch cable TV,
Cartoons.
all this,
Right.
cartoons. They got like the stereotypical accents.
What's up, bro?
Professor Romale. Mga ganun. So it's so easy to imitate the accents because it's so pronounced. And then whenever I'm alone somewhere with no TV or whatever, I would do the accents on myself and get so entertained. I figured after a while later on, but I didn't really show it to anyone because I was introverted until, fate dictated that I show it to someone and it worked. So I did that. I've been to Australia. A lot of people is like, did you spend time in Australia? Yes, I did. A very long time, around 10 days. Because we were shooting.
Really?
Yeah, it was long enough for me. I wanted to go home. 2 years. I wanted to go home after 7th day pa lang. I was like, that's too long, man. I want to see my baby now. 7 days. I always need to be here. In fact, I'll show you a clip of my trip to Sydney, Australia, for some of you who may not have seen it. Let's roll the Sydney, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, so somebody's going behind the scenes.
Why is it Bogart? Why Bogart?
Good question. We already finished shooting the first episode. I'll tell you the story about the character. But the first time we were doing the episode, we didn't even have a name, but we already had everything. We were heading for the shoot. It's like, what are we gonna name this guy? We were in the car. Because at that moment, I was just thinking of the most Bisaya name that I could think of, and that was Bogart. With the dapat double Bogart. I was like, okay, that's it, Bogart. And wala talagang meaning to it. And then the Explorer, because I figured, it has to be like always different things all the time. Not the same thing. Can't be studio or whatever. He has to go out there, show something new, always, all the time. And then from Davao City, Sydney, bro. Sydney. There you go. Bro.
Okay.
Playing.
I'm going to a land where slots are pokies, toilet paper is poo tickets, and to hog something and not share it is to bogart. I am Bogart Explorer from Davao City, and this is Sydney!
And this was paid for by Cebu Pacific. That's a great thing. You get to travel and get paid by someone else.
So I'm finally here in the real down under, and I know all of you are excited for me to talk to a real Aussie. Let's go. G'day mate, how's it going?
Musta, bye? First time mo lang dito sa Sydney? Kumain ka na ng meat pie? Nakapunta ka na dun sa Opera House? Okay. Hey, pero maganda yung Australian accent mo. Push mo yan, ha? Keep trying, ha? Sige, ingat ka.
Sydney is known the world over for its exemplary conservation of its parks, buildings, harbours and other historical landmarks. Take this monument for example, erected back in 1857. Look how well protected it is. Now there are two ways to see scenic Sydney. There's the tourist way and then there's the explorer way. Being an explorer myself, I'm going with the tourist way. Let's go. Wildlife Park is just one of the many zoos and reserves in Sydney where you can get up close and personal with all your favourite Aussie creatures like the kangaroos, koalas, wombats, wallabies, Tasmanian devils, emus and of course, my favourite, Australian tourists. Paano ang puso ko? You like that, don't you? You like it. Australia is home to some of the scariest animals in the world. There's one right now. Look over here. Here's my brother from another mother. Can't spot the difference. You guessed it, Illuminati! Tanawa lagi mong burak episode para masabtan ninyo yung joke ba? Di mong binugo ba? Illuminati! Dixon Street here in Sydney's Chinatown is lined up with all sorts of awesome Chinese restaurants, like this one, Epon. The pipit looks good. Bushfires are pretty common in Australia, especially during the summer when the extreme heat can spontaneously combust the dried plants and trees all over the country. That's why they put fire danger rating signs all over. They go from low, moderate to high to downright catastrophic. That escalated quickly. Finding Nemo? No worries. Reckon he's at one of several sea life aquariums all over the city. And they got plenty of marine creatures, from sharks to rays to dugongs to its long lost cousin, the dudong. Here in Australia, pickup trucks like this one are commonly called utes. That's short for utility vehicles. But with the advent of more powerful electric motors, pretty soon we'll be seeing ourselves more electric utes, or iyut. For a better picture, mag-iyut lang tatanan. Iyut lang ng iyut. Do you know what that is? That is a fish. Well, there's a croc in there somewhere, but that is one beautiful, beautiful fish. I'm going to the beach tomorrow, and I'm gonna wear an Australian flag thong. Now, I know what you're thinking, and that's gross. This is what I meant. A thong in Australia is a chinelas to us. And the best thing about these Australian flag thongs is they're made in China. I'm at Bondi Beach, one of the most famous beaches in the world, and just about everyone here is wearing togs, which is just one of the many Aussie slang words for swimwear. And with this much half-naked people on a white sand beach and clear blue waters, that can only mean one thing. Dogs, 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 dogs. Look over there! It's an Australian bum cracker. Dogs. Welcome to Manly, where everything is Manly! Manly Art, Manly Bakery, Manly Bear, Manly Grill, Manly Wharf, Manly Supermarket, Manly Fish Cafe, Manly Fish Market, Manly Health Foods, Manly Ocean Foods, Manly Kebabs, Manly Seaside Kebabs, Manly Yoga, Manly Paradise, Manly Nails and Waxing, Manly Beach Babes, Manly, 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 Manly! This is a kangaroo. It belongs to a group of mammals called macropods, which means big feet. And you know what they say about creatures with big feet? Yep. All right, mates, that's it for us. Thanks for tagging along. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm
That's it. So like our video formats before, we're like just skit after skit, just find the joke wherever we go and just do it. The way that started was I was on the show before. My job was like a production assistant. So I was just making coffee for everyone at the studio, and I was like throwing the garbage. And then eventually they just needed people to come, like, hey, to do something. Can you just stand in the background and just do this? It's like, yes, sir, no problem. And then so forth, and it just and then slowly worked, towards there, to getting speaking lines, and then to getting inputs na, like asking me what do you think, and then actually applying them, and eventually moving on and having a great show. Hey, Emerson, shout out, Mark Emerson, like Marco Macnay. Like that. So it was ano lang talaga. Right. Yun. Okay, so what else do we? Okay, so now I'll show you a clip of this one's short one lang talaga. There's one pala, I didn't realize the old YouTube videos. So back, bro. This is the first series that we started. We just play some of it. Yeah, that one. Just play a very short part of it. This is one before Bogart. So this was the show that I worked on. And then this was like some of the video. This was a video where I actually got to have some real screen time na talaga. So this is what started me in my road to, I didn't even know I could do things in front of a camera. But in a studio kasi there's few of us. Didn't seem like I was it seemed like I was still myself kasi konti lang kami. So I could do these things, crazy things that, eventually will be seen by millions of people, but pala na. Just forward it, bro. Okay, that's it. So you play it.
Ali Khan
And si Sisi.
Sisi the Bouncing Beauty Lexi.
Madali lang ho to. Pagandahan ang form and function sa trampoline. I-determine ng clap-o-meter kung sino mananalo. Okay? Let's get it started. It's showdown time.
The challenger, wearing the Prada shades and the blue bikini top, and on the right corner, in the snow leopard scarf and striped black and blue bonnet.
And here's the tale of the tape. What a matchup we got here tonight, Will London.
That's right, Dave Thornton. Today, the challenger is the beautiful Cici Lexi from Yorkshire, New England. Newcomer to the popular sport of showdown. Cici has waited a long time to face Greta Khan.
That's right, Will. It's beauty versus whatever you call that thing. It seems that Cici is up to a quick start.
What a display of grace and form from a young challenger.
And here comes Greta with the look of stone-cold determination. She won't back down easily. Ma, she sure looks like she's enjoying this fight. It looks like the great Carly is getting her game on.
And the bouncing beauty whips out a hair flip. That's sure to please the judges. And so bouncy, her hair that is. I wonder what kind of shampoo she uses. Wait for it. There it is. Beauty and at the same time. A deadly combo. My God. Greta is knocked down. She's down.
Not for long, Will. Greta bounces back quickly. You can never keep a veteran like Greta down for long. Cici answers back quickly with a left arm so cute shoulder turn and powers it up with a right.
And we're down to the last 10 seconds.
It seems that Cici is starting to tire. She's slowing down.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cici has stopped jumping. This is an automatic forfeit.
I can't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Greta is still going.
Grabe! Hindi ko
So that's like those were some of the first. It was actually aired on TV. It was in RPN. It started in RPN and then it became something else. And then eventually came CNN. And also got like a show on CNN called The Bogart Case Files. It ran for like 3 seasons there. And then mostly of the time, talaga, the great thing about just following in that path is it just takes you to places and things and that you never really know, and it lets you explore yourself as well. I didn't do any of these things until I actually did it. I just said no and figured it. I just said yes and then figured it out later because I ain't getting an opportunity to do these things. Yun. So far, any questions? I'm just gonna ask right now. I know some of these things is confusing.
Questions?
By if I remember correctly, di ba may naisa ka, I don't know if I'm correct, katong kay prank nga sa isa ka radio station and about
I did.
Australian accent.
Exactly, that's Stig. You read on that one. I know it was just talaga back then the show they didn't. I was already doing these things in front of the camera talaga, and I had before that video. The camera in front of the camera just being like an extra just to lang talaga the producers kasi of the same show had like a radio show to go along with the show, so a couple of the crew and I we were we were really at the same, we were somewhere else at that one houses. We called them up during the pretending to be, because also we're proud of the fact they were live streaming the radio show, so we said we were from Australia, we're listening all the way from there, and then pranking them all the time. They was, asking them things like Valiancy. I heard some show there, Valiancy. I don't know if anyone remembers that one. And then they took the bait, basically fooled them, and then eventually I revealed myself toward the end. And the producer who was on the show as well, was like, you can do things, you can do accents. Finally, when I came into the set again to work again for the PA, the producer approached and said, "Hey, I have this character I was thinking, but no one can seem to pull it off. You can do the accent, Steve Irwin." I said, "I know Steve Irwin. It's kind of like Steve Irwin." So, and then we went out and did our first episode, a couple of episodes about human, excuse me, being treated like, like being treated like animals, but met overall like excuse me. Allah, throat, sense of taste, insay ng utot, sense of smell, check. Okay pa ta, lahi lang abog ni dire. So ano lang, so and then we did this character where we pretended Philippine snitch. It's like yun ang nag-snatch ng mga wallet is like a creature tracking them down, behavior, their physical attributes and things like that, and then finally put the tag on them. Just like how, you know, conservationists put a tag on the animals to track of their movements. Things like that. Overnight, you know, on TV seemed like a good idea, but it's probably ahead of its time. It's moving true now. Because when we broadcasted it, people saw it, loved it, but a lot of people saw it. So not a lot of people loved it. But everybody saw it, loved it. It wasn't me until after 2 years later, when the show ended, that we started uploading videos on a new platform in the Philippines at that time, which was YouTube. Luckily, we were one of the first ones. It clicked, being that it was so different, nobody was doing these things, and then it was full budget, kalokohan ba? You know how like people these days, you have the cell phone, they shoot some kalokohan on the street, and it's fine. Quality of the cell phone now will always be video quality of the cameras back then. But I know, but our time, but what we did is we actually had budget from brands, Orocan back then, Burton, they would actually put them on the show so we could do crazy things and have budget to it, so it actually be produced. And so after years, we uploaded it and it became viral overnight. I'll show you let's show the news article. When it first is when it all really started, you know, the commercial and marketing side of it. Yung sa GMA, bro. Ano na lang, Bogart na, pull out ba natin yun? Sige, Bogart the Explorer, and then just look for the GMA. Yeah, I had a lot of GMA things. They made me climb a mountain in Mindoro. You know, that one. Yeah, play that one. So this is when the news picked up, and then everything started from here. The big brands started coming in, you know. Sige. We got it. It's not clicking. So some of the brands that we've worked with before, which is great as well. So how you make money? I know this is like a question. How do you make money being Bogart the Explorer? Well, one of the ways we make money, and that's one of the fastest ways, is we get brands. The brands come in and they say, we give you this money, put our brand in your thing. Sometimes they come with a script. Sometimes they tell me, do you have something in mind? And then they see it, they approve it, and then they tell, okay, sige, you didn't show your dick. That's good. You can air this. But this is like when it's the news.
Mga kapuso, hinanap po ng GMA News ang lalaking gumaganap na Bogart the Explorer na sikat ngayon sa YouTube. Nalaman po namin kung sino ang kanyang inspirasyon sa mga ginagawang video. Balita natin ni Marisol Abduraman.
In the urban jungles of Metro Manila, the warring...
Sino ba naman ang hindi maaaliw sa video na ito? Sa forma, mukhang crocodile hunter ang kwelang-kwela na bida, si Bogart the Explorer. Pero sa halip ng mga hayop, iba't ibang tao sa lipunan ang kanyang hinahanti. Gaya na lamang ng kunwari snatcher na ito na kanyang hinuli.
I think we got him! Come on! Come on!
Ang video, umabot na sa 95,000 hits. Isa lang yan sa iba't ibang video niya na naka-upload sa video sharing site na YouTube. Ang nasa likod ng nakakaaliw ng videos na yan, si Marco Ho ng Davao. Ayon kay Marco, inspirasyon niya ang pumano ng Australianong crocodile hunter na si Steve Irwin.
Just wanna do comedy, pero social commentary in a way. Kailangan social responsibilities, I guess. So we thought na, let's just do everyday things na nakikita ng mga tao, ibalik lang natin sa kanila, repackaged, para mapaisip sila, like nakikita nila everyday, pero hindi lang nila na-realize.
Kaya naman pati pagsasalita nito, gayang-gaya ni Marco.
You're watching this program today, hope that all of you will check out my videos on YouTube.
Pero hindi lang pala ang pagiging alaosi ang kaya ng ating bida.
Hello everyone, my name is Marco, and I used to work for a call center here in the Philippines.
Nag-ala Forrest Gump pa siya.
Life is like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get.
Pero sa kabila ng pagiging talentado ng Dabawenyo na ito, simple lang si Marco. Ipinakita pa nga niya sa amin ang maliit na kwartong inuupahan sa Quezon City.
The second hat ever used. This was the first hat Bogart ever used. Crib.
Ang importante, ani Marco, nakakapagpasaya siya ng mga tao.
What a magnificent creature! Where's my phone? Hoy! Finally!
Sometimes...
Marisol Abduraman, GMA News.
The apartment is actually very cheap, and then I was living like in subsistence back then. Was like around 20 pesos a day for almost 2 years. At one point, I even lived sa Visayas with the Brads, and they kind of took care of me because I didn't need money at all. So sila, musugo lang sila, like sila Pats. Palitig to Mark, pagkaon ako, man, apilin na lang po mong sarili. Okay, kayo. Ganun. So, nabuhay ko because of the Brad. So I can tell talaga, Pinoy talaga is good because, you know, I would literally wouldn't be wala yung mga Brads na kaon sa kwatuna. And lived for free, you know, couple of Brad and I. So gano, it just kind of picked up from that. So I get hand deals, shows as well. This shirt, like from T-shirt project, I get money from them as merch as well as merch as well. So you know, things like that. And then, but the way to do it talaga that you don't wait for brands to come in is you just, you know, like on Facebook, you got stars. People give you stars, which are equivalent to show money, and then you can. If people like your stuff, they just, it's like, you know, you're on the street, you know. They just give you money for doing things that you want to do and shooting them and entertaining them and stuff like that. Yung mga ganon. So that's in different platforms of that. YouTube, of course, everybody about YouTube. So yun lang talaga. So there are many ways of making money. Now they're streaming. I don't really know. I mean, I'm getting into streaming, but that's something new for me. So slowly I get into these things, but then just open to possibilities. That's it. Just be open to possibilities.
Hi Marco, this is Abigail Budolid. My question is,
Hi.
in your career, who's your favorite celebrity that you have met? I'm sure you've worked with a lot of celebrities. Who has the most?
A lot of people. Yeah, no, probably si Isa Salzado. Because when she hugs me really tight near this area. And she knows it, but she doesn't mind. So I, you know, that to me is like, you're one of the guns, man. That's it. Very nice to me. To this day, she comments and likes my stuff. I just posted thing recently. Is like, would you like an Aussie kiss? Like, it's like a French kiss, but down on. So it's like, and she commented, bro, and you saying, I want one too. I like, oh, thank you. Solid ka, man. Ganun siya ka-solid. That's why.
How about your favorite projects? Ang dami mo ng projects pala.
Projects?
Yeah. Since 20.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot talaga.
Most
The celebrity interviews. What? The most memorable? Ano? I can't, you know, just a lot of people might expect me to say the celebrity interviews. The thing about it is most of the people when they meet these people and tell me, it's like, how did you not freeze when you met them? I'm just like, because the key is go in there just thinking like you're the best guy in the room, ignoring everyone, just need them as mayabang that you can be. And then but apparently for me it's not mayabang enough, it just ends up being funny. That's how I picture myself. Just lang, you go in there, fucking, you know, look talaga, just look like you belong. But then I don't get the starstruckness until after, which is a bit of a sacrifice because you want to feel starstruck at the moment where they're in front of you, so you can fully appreciate it. But the moment I meet these guys, these big celebrities, Hugh Jackman, sila Thor, si Jason Momoa, when I met this guy, and then si Buddy Buster and all these people, ano lang talaga, I cannot fully appreciate them because at the moment I got to this interview because this is work. I'm getting paid to the bottom line is the most important thing because I feel so blessed that I get to do this and then stay in my family. So I try to make that every project I do it well as to the best of my abilities. I mean, some of them suck maybe because my talents at that time talaga weren't up to yet. But you know, in all honesty, we try our best with every single video we make. Whether it's the most coy, like the most crass video, we still effort to be. If we're gonna go crass, it's crass all the way. You know, to the most like planado and elegant, and, you know, exquisite. We plan these things. We're proud of every single thing that we make, even some of the things that make us cringe. That's it.
That's nice. Do you always work with the same production team, or you change?
No, That's a good question. There's a core group with Paperbook TV, but ever since the pandemic talaga, it's been hard. And even before then, ano talaga, in the CNN, we had the CNN crew from a production house, but someone from the Paperbook TV with what we name our channel on YouTube, which is the core company that we also have, which helps us make commercials and videos, Bogart and other things. Ano talaga, there's a crew of people there who do the thinking. There's myself and Jaco De Leon. Jaco De Leon is kind of Joey De Leon, and that's where the creativity comes talaga. He's very so he collaborate and with a lot of the thinking processes that go into these videos, not just for ours, but for the videos that we do other people as well. And then we have we have editors. See, the thing is, that's why I did this in the studio. I am not very tech savvy talaga. Tell you the truth. I don't even know how to do the share screen thing on my phone. This is my daughter music. And then I don't even know how to do their screen thing. She likes work talaga. I know. So I asked these guys, can you help me with the Zoom thing later? I really don't know. Let's just pull up these videos. Just so happens we have great cameras and everything. These guys are good. So when I shoot with these guys, they're very good. They know their stuff. They have great equipment. We have this great video, and we can also go out if we want to. So I work with different people, but only people I like. It's hard to work with, talagang people that you get in conflict with, which definitely though, there have not been a lot or at all so far. Actually, we've turned down projects before, but it wasn't that bad. So it's okay, but we have a core group as well.
Wow, thank you to your team for your helping us today and for you for your sharing.
No problem, Q. Thank you for having me.
What's your daughter's name?
Her name is Music.
Music.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have a second daughter, and her name is Moon. So these are my baby girls.
Hello, Music.
Hello, Music.
They're saying hi to you. So cutie.
Following your footsteps.
Oh.
No, well, she said she has a cat. She says, she says she wants to do videos as well, but right now, kasi I want her to do it later on in life. I want her to have like a proper childhood. You know what I mean? Just enjoy being a kid. No working or shooting. It can get really hectic. Did you know that some of the biggest YouTubers are kids? Like, this si Ryan's Toy Review is the biggest YouTuber in the country. It's crazy the money he makes. But then it's also crazy schedule. You look at his videos, he posts like almost every day, sometimes twice a day. How does a kid do that? That's not a life. So that's working, even though she's playing with toys, maybe. But, maybe for him, he likes it. Then good for him. But for me, no. I like to travel. I like to be out there. Music likes it too, because she comes with me all the time. Like, she's even here. We're in Butuan right now, but we live in Bayugan, about an hour away. So she just likes to come with me wherever I go. Surf. She knew how to swim at 2 years old na, because she's always with me at the beach. So wala, I didn't teach her. She just like, diyan ka lang. And then if you ever get to figure it out, and if you need help, just call. Eventually she figured it out. She's pretty good.
What's your favorite musical instrument, Marco?
The drums.
The drums. Wow.
The drums. I like let's Vivid Giniling Festival, bro. A short clip lang of get the short clip of something we did for the drum. My band Giniling Fest. I'm very proud of this. I wouldn't be Bogart without this, because the reason I got into the TV show, one of my bandmates was the production manager of that show with Jaco. And then he said, "You need a job?" Yeah, I need a job. So you come work for us, you make coffee. I will make the coffee. So this is my band Giniling Festival. And semi-famous din as well, because we made it a little bit. We were in the same label as Up Down, same manager before. So we gigged around with them. We got free shows.
Ang saya-saya sa mundo ng media.
Giniling Festival, I remember now.
Giniling Festival.
You used to promote that a lot, diba? Every year.
Before, but not now. I'm not part of Giniling Festival anymore. So that's it. So that's my band, Giniling Festival. We played in UP Fair a lot. So a lot of UP people, UP Diliman people know. Well, the old ones at least. But recently they play even without. I quit the band like almost 5 years ago. But so I played with them from 2007 to 2015. So that's pretty long time. Then every single year we played at the UP Fair, which is great. One of the best gigs, the UP Fair, because it's home court advantage, man. Wouldn't want that. And you have the Brad spot at the back with their booth, with the Pinoy Spirits booth. So back there, shot, balik sa stage, hang out with the guys, and then jam, and then back to the Brads with the drinks, astig. So
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yes, po.
Yeah. How's the stand of the teka, paano ba yung stand-up comedy sa Pilipinas? I've been too long away from the Philippines, pero I'm just wondering kung meron bang stand-up comedy sa Philippines na rin, because I think you're a good material for that. I mean, kasi ang stand-up comedy kasi usually they make use of mga relevant or actual news or societal updates, and then they make a story out of it and make jokes about it. And then they also incorporate sometimes music. So sa nakikita ko sa examples mo, you also touch on actual things on which is happening in daily life. So meron din bang stand-up comedy sa Philippines, or?
Yes po, malakas po ang stand-up comedy scene here. Actually, it's a very very big there, and multiple and then there's Bisaya stand-up comedy, Tagalog, English stand-up comedians are very good too. Some of our stand-up comics like si Alex Calleja is big na nga rin abroad as well. Almost as big as it's not as big as Joke, but getting there, he could if he was given the proper exposure talaga. So some of our stand-up comics are great. I, on the other hand, can only sustain it for like short bursts. Whereas like guys like Jokoy and all these stand-up comics, they are like marathon runners. I'm like a sprinter. I can only do sprint. So having my sprinting stand-up comic thing, I do hosting. So I do hostings, which is great because it's also easy money, but you charge them an arm and a leg just because they really want to. Sige, go. Just talk for a bit.
You can collect mga materials kasi, for example, here sa Netherlands, we have this tradition na every yung 31st of December, just before sa eve on New Year's Eve, meron siyang parang stand-up comedy program na covering for more than an hour, covering all the what happened in the year. Tapos I really enjoy watching. People really watch, and then maybe you can try to start something sa Pilipinas.
I'll try. I get so talaga scared of comedy, just too out there. I feel so vulnerable being so out there for so long.
Yeah. Sige, anyway, something to
Thank you. All right, that's it. Yay!
Yay! Thank you, Marco.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Marco.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brad.
Salamat bay, amping ya.
Salamat bay, salamat ka. Amping po mo.
Doon na pa yung mga last question or parting words or what? Marco. Okay na.
Mark. Joey here pala before na you go. On that note na mentioned by Daping way back, because you were a YouTube sensation and there were a lot of hits. I remember you being a guest of our company, yung UAP Unilab in Boracay.
Oh, Oh.
And that night, we were full of alcohol already. And I remember I did not know that you are a Brad. Kung nakabalo lang ko, I could have, because there were a lot of hecklers there. Grabe. People were heckling you already. Ganito, tama, kaya inuman na lang tayo. If you remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was not one of them, no. Yung mga lupot lang kasi kadami ano na ba. And I think there were other guests na mga sexy na mga girls na gusto na nila
to dance. I know, I wanted them to dance too,
So, on my note, I think the Philippines is ready and not ready for mga stand-up comedies. Kasi dito nagasikat are the gay bars, no? Sa stand-up comedy, it's more of yan. And to make a satirical presentation, naman, hindi makaya na iba dahil mga pikon. Yan. So how do you deal with hecklers?
It's okay. You know what? I'm gonna be a mainstream guy because I deal with things that mainstream people really want to touch. Like satire, diba? So talaga, they just want to be the clean image that their agency or their producer, their manager wants them to be. Just don't touch these things. Just leave them alone. I do these things because it's the fun things to do. So I understand the beauty. Back in the old days, wala akong magagawa. I just gotta take that course because I got to do this gig and I'm gonna do this gig. Now, kasi in this day and age of digital and not just, I don't even need to reach people. The number of people on Araneta Coliseum is 16,500 people. Some of these videos that go online and some of my videos that get they got millions of views. It's like how many Araneta Coliseums is that who saw my video in just 2 days? A couple of million people saw my face, heard me talk for like in 2 days. I can reach so many these days. Not just me, anyone can do that. But I'm already in that level where my social media numbers are up. I have the TikTok, I have Instagram, Facebook is very big, YouTube as well. So even if I have all these hecklers or all the haters you have, I'm always gonna have my niche market. And if the brands want to reach my niche market, then they have to go through me. So and then that's it. I'm saved by my niche market. I've already accepted the fact that I'm never gonna be mainstream. There will always be people who won't get it, and that's fine because the people who get it, shit man, they get a heck of a laugh. So good times.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark. Pag nasa Davao ka, keep in touch.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Sige. So
thank you very, very much.
So with
Thank you
that,
so much.
we'd like to thank Marco Antonio Ho, batch 2002B.
Yes.
Daghang salamat, Marco.
Thank you so much, Brad. To everyone, thank you for your patience, and hopefully,
palakpakan.
expect to do what you need to do next.
Thank you.
Salamat.
Bye.
Okay. So with that,